Well, I'm going to lead the whole thing. Don't worry. I'll be asking you questions and this and that. I'll be talking about what's going on. Yep. Did you click the go live? It might take like 30 seconds or a minute before it shows up. Yep, it's starting to come up now. Yep. Okay, it appears to be live right now. And this is Mr. Rio here in the broadcast studio. And I'm with Owen Gilbert and Blake Bess. And we're testing out another way of live streaming. And if all goes well, I don't know if this is coming in. Can you hear me okay over there? Okay, we're hoping this is working. I don't know, it may not be working. If anyone's watching this, we're trying to learn everything. We got a whole new setup here. This is different equipment than we live streamed before with, and we're testing her out. Even though I won't see it in real time, cut to a camera on Blake. I probably won't see it for like 30 seconds later, if at all. And then Blake Bess, tell us about your interest in video so far. You've been starting to get involved in videotaping for us.
So my interest in video came when I decided to take Mr. Rio's digital video production class. He's talked about HCTV, and it just sparked my interest. And I thought I might as well dip my toes in the water and try it out. So here I am today with Owen and Mr. Rio. We're trying some live testing here, and yeah, that's how I got into HCTV here. Loved it so far. I mean, experience has been great. Mr. Rio's been teaching me a lot. So has Owen. I've done some editing. I've done some shooting. I've done the cheer event, our Harper Creek girls team, varsity team, and I have also done our varsity boys basketball team.
And are you going to do the girls varsity next week, maybe?
Yeah, and I'm planning on doing the girls varsity next week.
And tomorrow night, if you're interested, I got tipped off by a certain unnamed source, Marcus Ransom, who reminded me that there is a home game for the boys. Might be their last home game tomorrow. Any chance you might want to top down to that?
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll look at the good old calendar, and we might come out and
maybe even Owen will be around for that. You never know.
That's right.
And by the way, Thursday is the day I stay through late, so I'll be here with this and that and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Now, even though he's not on a microphone right now, we got Mr. Owen Gilbert running everything. Cut to a camera of you, Owen. Okay, and he's I'll explain what he's doing there. He's got my MacBook Pro, because I have a software on there called Ecamm that I bought myself that we're testing out. And then next to that, to his right, is the ATEM Blackmagic video switcher, which was bought with a generous grant from the Harper Creek Optimist Club. And what that is, you plug in 2 or more cameras. You can plug in 1 camera, 4 cameras, whatever, and he can switch between them. If you want to switch to any of the cameras right now and test it out there a little bit so we can see what it looks like, you can go to one for a few seconds and then maybe cut to a different one. So that's what that is for. And that monitor in front of him, if you don't have that monitor, you can do it on the computer, but the monitor makes it a little easier. You can put a bunch of your tools and sources and everything up on the big screen. Then to his left over there, that's another thing of mine that I brought in. It's called a Rode Podcaster Pro, and it's basically an audio interface. You can plug in microphones. That's what we're talking through right now. But it's got some really nice features on there. If you are doing a podcast or you are doing like a talk show or something like that, it's set up really nice for that, and you can add sound effects and all kind of other things, and has some really nice quality mic amps, so hopefully get good quality audio. Now, everything that we're doing right now is not highly tuned or tested out. This is pretty much the first time of plugging it all in, and let's see what happens. So we're just checking this here out. I'll cut back to Blake here for a moment, and Blake, tell us about this past year for you with the pandemic. Like, what's been a couple of positive things maybe you did or whatever, and what do you miss the most you can't wait to get back to when things get more normal?
Sure. So the pandemic, honestly, it's been a blessing in disguise. We had a cross-country season in the fall here, and we were training all through the summer. It was a great season. We won, what did we win, our conference championship? Yep. And we went to the state finals, and at the MS. What is it? The Speedway, Speedway International.
MS Speedway,
Raceway.
MSI.
That was a great experience. Our whole team loved it. Had a few freshmen this year, and we had a lot of returning sophomores. I mean juniors. No. Anyways, we had a great season. My favorite part, I guess, about the pandemic is honestly, it's been the 2 days at school and 3 days at home. I mean, it's nice to sleep in for a little and get your work done whenever you'd like. The negatives about the pandemic, of course, is actually having COVID. Personally, I've had COVID, and it was not fun, I will admit. But yeah, that's pretty much been the pandemic here.
Well, if all goes well, we will, of course, a lot of people are getting vaccinated, including the teachers. I don't know, hopefully the students will get it in the coming months too. And we are going back, not next week, but the week after, 4 days a week, which from an education point of view, I'm really excited about, having more time with the students in class. I know a lot of the students have to get used to going more days, but I think they will. And I think for the seniors, even if they don't always like to admit it, I think having a more normal last 2 months or so of the school year, I think will be kind of a nice thing. And because they've had it kind of rough with their junior year and their senior year having big interruptions, but we're making progress. And just the last thing I just want to mention about why we're doing all this and some of the other live streams we've done with some other equipment we have is we're just trying to, number one, learn. That's what we're here for. We're a school. And number two, we got a lot of ideas. We like to do stuff like this. Now, today we're just winging it to test it out, but it'd be cool to bring people in, whoever they may be, students, teachers, coaches, whoever, and do things like this, little impromptu type talk shows or highly planned out talk shows or discussions, or call them a podcast, maybe a Harper Creek video podcast, whatever term you want to use. But just one last thing I'll just mention, what we're testing out is 3 cameras. So if you want to put it on the camera on me first, I'll mention that one up there. That's our traditional big full-size Canon A20 video camera. We got 2 of those. They've been our workhorses. If you've been watching HCTV and all of our various videos, they do a fantastic job. They're high def. We love those cameras. We've been using them for a couple of years. Now, cut to the little small one to your left. Okay, by the drum set. That's just an old camera. The one thing we're testing now is what cameras look like how they work. Now, this is without any real highly customized settings. But that camera there is just a little simple Canon. It was around $300 like 8 years ago. But they're a little workhorse, and they're high def, and they're still good for a lot of things. And we've got about 5 of them. We use them in the classes, and they work good, and we're using them with the live streaming. So maybe they're not as fancy as some of the other ones, but they still hold their own. Then cut to the one straight on from you, our new Canon. Can you get to that? Did it go out? Okay, let me check that real quick. I just might need to do a little flip here. I think after 25 minutes or something, we're still learning how to use this. Okay, so we'll give that a try again. Hopefully it'll come back up here. It's coming up good. There we are. Yeah, we're still learning settings on these things. And this is a Canon M50 Mark II. It's a new model of the Canon M50. And the M50 is, we can't really see it here because it's obviously we're using it, but it's one of the most popular YouTuber cameras. So people have YouTube channels and do that type of stuff, which is pretty much the same thing as doing any type of video, live streaming and that. This is one of the 2 or 3 models that's real popular because it's a combination of really good quality and, I mean, not that it's cheap, but at around $700, it's on the cheaper end of the good cameras. So this was also purchased with a generous donation from the Harper Creek Optimist Club, as was this nice Rode NTG2 mic I'm talking into right now. So yeah, the Harper Creek Optimist Club has been a huge supporter of us and helping us get all kind of stuff over the years, and we put it to good use, and we really appreciate what they do for not just for us, but for all the kids in all the community. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you, Blake, for being here. And thank you, Owen, for coming in also on a day you don't have to be here, both of you, and helping us learn this and make some progress. And, we'll see how this goes in the future. I think it's got a lot of cool stuff we can do.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yep. So go ahead and close that out there, Owen, and let us know when you got it closed out.